Hello. How are we rolling? That little blue circle. Oh no, we're on. We're on. Hey. It's been a couple of weeks since I think I've done a live in this group. So, haven't prepped anything. Just thought I'd say good day, check in, see how everyone's going. Um, how are you going? For reals. Um, yeah, it's been a pretty crazy week. So I'm on, it's been over 2.5 weeks now of me not having, I realize haven't really gone outside a radius of a couple of Ks from where I live. So the furthest I've been from home is walking the dog. So that's been fun. I've just clocked off for one of my jobs today from working from home. I'm very grateful that I have got a couple of days where I get to knuckle down and do stuff and get paid and whatnot. Yeah, very, very lucky. It's been a great couple of weeks. So I think last time I spoke, I had just committed to doing a Facebook Live in a massive group called the Earth Elders and the Galactic Fire. So I did that. I did a Facebook Live in that group. There's like now over 47,000 people in that group, which is just crazy. So that was a really big stretch for me, and I loved it. It went really well. Um, I learnt a lot in doing that. Despite there being so many people in that group, the interaction level was quite low with the video that I did. But since then, a few days later, and lovely Leah, who's jumped on, her and I and another awesome coach, Alex, did a combined full moon ceremony on Sunday. And one thing that between doing those two, that was a Zoom call, that wasn't a live, but one thing that I've realized is that when there is lots of interaction, when I'm doing online things, is that I'm not as present. I jump out of my intention and get caught up in the interaction and the engagement. So the beautiful thing about not having as much of my desired interaction with the live that I did is that I remained very present and very set in my intention through for a live that went for almost 2 hours. And I really held the energetic space that I wanted to in that live, and without having as much interaction, I was able to maintain that. Whereas when there's been more interaction, what I've noticed is that I don't hold that my intention in that as well. And the beautiful thing is that having some awareness around that is that I can work on it. I can get better at that. So staying present, staying in my intention, regardless of the interactions that happen when I'm doing things online, because everything's now online. So my Waking Women's Collective Gathering, that's now run through Zoom. The full moon ceremonies, we had so much fun with that we're going to keep doing them, so that's exciting. And so if you're interested in joining us on any of those, let us know. I'll be doing more in the public space. Right. Not just in this group. So it's good to sort of do these things and then realize what we want to tweak and adjust. And this is the thing, we're never going to get it 100% on the first go. And if we do hold ourselves to that expectation, well, then we'd never try anything. And so I'm just grateful that I had got to have these experiences and then learn from them and then keep tweaking and keep adjusting. So yeah, so that's been awesome. I've been up and down emotionally. Yesterday I was really feeling quite sad and then angry and then sad. Today I've been a bit more up. So yeah, it's interesting. I think like I've got plenty to do, so it's not for lack of being busy, but I think being contained and sort of not running around and going down to the shops and going up to the park, catching up with friends, organising cafe chats and whatnot. Um, so I'm still as busy. So boredom certainly isn't something I've tapped into since I was a kid. I remember being bored as a kid and I haven't been bored since, effectively. I've always got a project or something that I'm working on. But oh, nice. Oh, I love it. Yeah. It's funny. Like, I'm finding, even though I'm still really busy, but because I'm in this smaller container of what I can and can't do at the moment, I'm so much more aware of my feelings. I'm more aware of my self talk. I'm doing a lot more meditation, a lot more introspection, a lot more actual healing work in various forms. And so I'm having really big breakthroughs, like insane ones. And I think it is. It's just there's I am just as busy, but there's less distraction. There's less being able to get away from myself. And so it's like, no, I've got to work through these. Just stuff as it's coming up. So it's really cool. And yeah, doing things like collaborating with others and particularly something like a full moon ceremony where the intention is actually to do a release of some degree. Like I had a massive thing come through, not necessarily in the ceremony. There were some things that sort of came to light during that, but during the night afterwards, it was like far out, like huge. So, and of course, just the situation, feeling stuck or trapped or oppressed or frightened or, feeling like I'm not contributing, even though I am. Yeah, so there's just so much going on, so much. So, like, there's this full blown roller coaster, but ultimately, the thing is that I'm just grateful that I've got a skill set that allows me to really, really get to the crux and drop in with whatever the feeling is and figuring out what the story is. Or I've got a new word for story, and that is embellished truth. So often, in sort of from a coaching perspective, we go, well, what's the story you're telling yourself? Which just, what's the thought pattern that's causing us to have the results that we're getting? And we go, so what's the story? I find sometimes when I use that saying, I feel like story's kind of a little bit what's the word? It's minimizing. It's minimizing someone's reality. So I was like, what's another word I can use for story? And I was like, embellished truth. Because it's a truth. The story's real for me, the situation that I'm going through. However, it's embellished. And it's therefore having a certain impact and a certain result. So figuring out what my embellished truths are and then digging to find out where's that come from. Is it getting me what I want? And if it's not, integrating that part, and allowing it to have its say. So there's been just truckloads of that. Thanks. Yeah, so look, that's where I'm at. I've just sort of been going with the feels so much, and I haven't been feeling overly compelled to jump in and chat, even though I've had a few really cool things come into my awareness that I could potentially chat about. I just wasn't feeling it. So I'm very much driving anything that I do that's non-essential. That's just become a word now, right? So anything that isn't, where I'm sitting down, being paid, and have to be present and showing up. If I'm not feeling something, I'm not doing it. And just letting that guide my decision making at the minute and where I'm putting my time and energy. So even that, and I guess I've been doing that for practice for maybe, a good 12 months, but it's really exacerbated now. Hi, Angela. Oh, thanks for listening. Oh, this is lovely. But I think, again, because of this situation, I get to ramp that up, and I've been doing that. So I guess ultimately what compelled me to sort of jump on right now is just to say, hey, I'm still here. Let me know how you're doing. Reach out if you need support, and just letting you know that, I'm riding the highs and the lows of this as well. It's not all rainbows and butterflies. Yeah. What else? Yeah, I had a cool idea for a live, just wasn't really feeling it, and I was sort of talking about leadership and just some of the observations and perspectives that I've had on good leadership and not necessarily great leadership, and just some of the things I've picked up from there. So if you're interested in me chatting about that, just let me know, and that might inspire me to do that. So yeah, it's fun. It is really fun. It's not fun. It's fun. It's not fun. Oh dear. Yep, I think that's it. It was just really let you know where I'm at. Check in, see how you guys are doing. There's just, it's different. It's really different. And it's just using every skill set that we've got to navigate this, and being really gentle with ourselves when we think we're not doing it right, because there is no right or wrong in how to do this. Hey, gorgeous Rebecca. So nice. I love this. See, this is why I needed to jump on. It's just see your beautiful little mini icons pop up. So that's cool. Yeah. I will post the link to the giant live that I did. I'm calling it the giant live because it was around the giant fire. Doing okay. It is an extraordinary time. Fuck yes. It's just, I'm kind of, and I think I've said this before, it's just kind of a lack of words to really describe the situation. So I've just got so many different perspectives on it. It's nuts. But I think ultimately, I think what it comes down to, and this is for everyone, myself included, to hear this, and that is, it's just work out what works for you. Um, like clearly, I'm very much, I use any emotions that come up for myself to sort of do that level of introspection and find out where it's coming from and work with that and integrate that part of myself. And yeah. Like, if you're interested in that, jump into the units and look at the Feeling Feelings Challenge, because that's the basis of a lot of the work that I do with myself is in there. And so I'm using this as a massive opportunity, because these emotions are just so up and down and erratic. And there's things that I'm processing for myself, and there's things that I'm picking up, from a collective with just, the shitstorm that we're in, right? And no one else has to do that if they don't want to. There's an opportunity there. And, if some days it is literally be in the fetal position and not get out of bed, and that's how you're doing your day, that's what you got to do. So 100% to self-care, whatever it is that you need, ask yourself that and give yourself that. If it's to go sit out in the sun, if it's to go for a walk, within the restrictions, then we can do that. So, and not beating ourselves up about whether we're doing this well or not, because where's the rule book? Where's the rule book that says how to do this well? I've seen, posts saying, if you don't walk out of lockdown without having, created an online hustle or a side project or whatever, then your excuses aren't about time, or something about that. It was basically saying, if you don't use this time productively, then you're wasting it. It's like, well, hang on, let's just go easy on ourselves, right? Yes, there's opportunities here, but maybe our project is to just be able to function. And I'm very conscious a lot of people have kids at home, and maybe they're still trying to work online like I am a couple of days a week. Whilst they've got kids that they're trying to ensure, doing their online learning and, not trying to kill each other effectively. So there is there's no right way to figure out what works for you. Maybe you got to go lock yourself in the bathroom and just have a bath and a quiet moment for 5 minutes, if that's even possible. And if you can't, be gentle on yourself as well. Oh dear. Anyway, sometimes I love these unplanned ones, and today I feel like I've really rambled. But anyway, hey, Missy. I think having a rest. Yes, I agree. Sleeping in's been fantastic. So good. My phone's on charge back too, so if you've called me back, I haven't seen it in the last hour. I'll jump off this and go check. All right. So that's it. Big hugs and love to you all. Be kind, be gentle to yourselves. And if you need to, others as well. And if you can't, don't. If we need to let it out, let it out. Whatever works. So anyway, I'll plan my next one of these so I don't ramble as much. I love you all, and just letting you know it's all good. Naomi, oh my god, this is amazing. Lovely. You too, Naomi. I hope you're well in the UK. This is awesome. This is what I freaking love about this group. So I've got gorgeous women here, one from San Francisco, one from the UK. We've got Canberra covered. We got Melbourne covered. We got Bendigo covered. Like, this, yeah. Like, seriously, it's just Unreal. All right, awesome. Big hugs to you all. Love you. Oh, I just feel really. Now I don't want to go because you're all here. All right, I think. Anyway, enough. All right, before I go, someone's going to come say hello because she's been huffing and puffing in the background. Come here. Yes, come say hello. So this is Millie. She's been keeping me sane, haven't you? Yeah. Oh, you're good kid. All right, love you guys. And now I can't see the stop button.